Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for more content.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got some pneumonia in my freckled lungs. Sorry. Anyway, as promised, I mentioned on the Monday morning podcast that I felt a certain way about the way the lovely Nia was or possibly was not taking care of me.
Oh,
Mwah.
we're backtracking a little.
Huh?
Go ahead. Yes.
Well, I didn't want to just hit the ground running. I wanted to give you a, I'm teasing it here, Nia.
Okay.
I'm a professional.
Yeah.
There was, a moment there
Professional
where...
asshole.
Where, how there's a thing out there that women say a lot is that guys are babies when they're sick. And at one point you said to me that you felt I was being dramatic, and I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking to myself, like, I have pneumonia. Like,
First of all, I didn't say that you were being dramatic. I said that you were having a pity party. And also, this is before we knew that you had pneumonia. So can we just jump in?
Yeah, and what was my pity party?
All right, I will explain that. See,
first of all, just relax.
I'm not relaxed.
Oh, shit.
I'm on here and defend myself because I didn't listen to your little podcast on Monday, but I know what you said about me, okay?
I didn't say anything.
Let me explain something.
I said a few things.
God. Let me explain a few things, okay?
Please do, because I'm a little confused over here.
Yeah, you're very confused about a lot of things.
Oh, snap.
When you get sick, who's all over you trying to get you better? And don't say nobody, because we know that that's not true.
That's the first answer I thought of.
Really? I'm always bringing you water, bringing you tea. Take this, take this, take this. And you're like, what? What is this? What are you having me take? What does it do? What? Like, you're always pushing back. I tell you, rest. You need to just chill out. You need to do nothing all day. You are crazy and you can't do that. You're like, I'm gonna go play drums for like half an hour. You're out there for an hour, boo ba ba doo ba ba doo ba ba boo, and it's just like you're not taking the time to. And then when I get sick, I'm like, shut everything down. I don't do shit. I can feel how annoyed you are at me, but that's why I get over stuff quickly.
I don't get annoyed at you when you get sick.
You get annoyed at me. I can tell you have like a little like thing with me where I'm like, I have a cough. I'm not going to do anything. And you're kind of looking at me like, ooh, because you and your scrunch your shoulders up, like that whole thing that you do, that whole German Irish, let's just plow through it type of thing. And I can be feeling miserable, but I won't do anything about it. That's the thing. You won't do anything about it.
You really thought about this.
Because I was going to come on here and defend myself. Whenever you get sick, I am always telling you, you need to drink more water, take this and take that. You're always pushing back on me. You never listen to me about just being still and resting and trying to sleep. You're on your phone.
What is this?
You're on your phone or computer watching your 10th, top 10 crocodile attacks from 2017 or whatever weirdo videos.
Great year for crocodile attacks.
Whatever weirdo videos you're watching, or with some monotone guy being like, Jimi Hendrix was born and blah, 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 and like doing some weird like documentary things that you watch on YouTube. You're not really resting yourself and you don't get better. So you had a cold to begin with. You had a cold. Yes.
I had a respiratory infection.
No, who said that? Did you go to a doctor?
No, I went on the internet.
Until I made you go to urgent care?
First of all, the reason...
You went on the internet and what? You went on the internet and what?
Well, people told me that there was that RS...
People who?
People who got sick.
Okay.
Said that there was that thing that wasn't COVID, because at first I thought I had COVID, and then it wasn't COVID, but I could feel it was in my chest. And they said there's something going around... It's a cough that lasts for 10 days. It's a respiratory virus thing. It's RSV. So I feel like I had that. And because I was editing a movie and doing a stand-up tour and getting ready for Thanksgiving and the holiday season, doobie-doobie-doo, I didn't have time to go to the doctor.
Okay. Fine. You didn't have time to go to the doctor.
That's what I was saying.
Because we thought we were just sort of dealing with, an RSV cold situation. But I did tell you...
Wait a minute. We didn't think that. I just told you that I had that, and now you're acting like you were in on that.
Okay, I just thought that you had a cold. And then, yes, it developed into pneumonia because you had to go on the road and you had to do this. But did you or did you not tack on a Vegas trip after your last tour?
The Vegas trip was already on the books.
Okay.
My buddies from high school, we came out. They don't give you tickets anymore. It's all on your phone. It was all on my phone.
Okay.
If I didn't go out there, that was going to happen. And then I stayed at Bally's Total Fitness fucking casino. And for whatever reason, the heat wasn't working in my room and they had the air conditioning cranked. And because it was switching over from Bally's to the Horseshoe. It's now called Horseshoe. They had horseshoes in the carpet.
Did you ask anybody to like come up and like fix your
I
thing
did.
and switch
I
around?
did, and they did.
And how many cigars did you smoke on that trip?
1.
Okay. Then you came
I didn't know I had pneumonia.
That's, of course, you didn't know that you had a moon.
I was
Then
over
you
at
came
Caesars, and they treated me right, dude.
And then you came home, and you had another outing that you did with some family. How many cigars did you smoke then?
3/4 of 1.
3/4 of 1. Okay. Now,
That's like nothing for me.
the next day, I told you, because you were feeling terrible, you were coughing violently. I told you to go
Why
to
was it
urgent care.
violently?
You were coughing violently. 'Cause
I had
you
a really
sounded
bad
like,
cough. Well, that seems
No,
like
it was
you're
a
the victim in
violent
that.
cough.
It feels like you're the
No.
victim.
No, it's not about victims. It's about like how harsh it was. You were coughing violently. You were coughing like you had the plague. I said to you, you should go.
I was coughing so hard I got a headache.
Yes. I told you you should go to urgent care. You went out and had coffee with some people instead. And I said to you, while
I
you're
wasn't
out-
going to go to urgent care while my family was in town and make them sit there for 3 hours while some guy gave me penicillin.
But while they were here visiting, you did go upstairs and you were in your room for like 3 hours chilling out, as you should have. But I'm just saying, if you were willing to spend that time to do that here, you could have gone to urgent care. You didn't.
No, but he
go.
was leaving the next day, so I went then. I went then. I went then. But when is this shit? When was I being like overly dramatic or having a pity party?
Because
Oh, I remember, because I was sick, and you don't stop your plans. You still go out. You put on your big Elton John glasses and your Happy New Year hat. You're like, okay, and you drop a cup of fucking Alka-Seltzer in a fucking glass of water, and then all of a sudden you're Florence Nightingale?
So what? But what more am I supposed to do for you other than make sure you have what you need and then like
You wait till you get
No,
pneumonia,
no,
and I still go out.
no.
You wait till I get pneumonia,
You-
I still go out, and then when you bitch about it,
No.
I say you're having a pity party.
No.
What do you mean no? There's no no there. There's no no there. There's no no there.
You started going on about how I wasn't taking care of you and this and that and the other when that was
You
not
sent
true.
up that airport level, room temperature, untoasted
Oh, we're
bagel.
talking about the bagel? We're talking about the bagel?
And I had to ask our daughter to go down and get me something to eat.
I pulled up the text messages of when you asked me for a bagel. I texted you 2 minutes later because, by the way, I was setting up a whole bagel platter for your family and feeding our children because you were upstairs sick. I answered you 2 minutes later and I said, do you want just the bagel or do you want capers and logs and a bagel sandwich? And you said bagel sandwich. So I made it. I gave it to our daughter. She brought it up to you while I could stay downstairs with our
That
son
bagel
and
did
your
not
family.
come until I asked our daughter to go downstairs and get it.
She didn't
Text
ask
or
me
no
for it.
text?
She didn't ask me for it. Well, maybe she forgot to ask me for it, but
I'll
she
agree to
didn't ask me for
disagree.
it.
But I can tell you right
No,
now,
it's
I
not
felt
agree to disagree. We talked about it before, and now you're trying to switch it up.
felt like I was flying Southwest Airlines that level. That bagel. It looks like it was in somebody's back
Well,
pocket.
I didn't make the bagel.
Of course you didn't. You postmated it.
I didn't. Somebody brought it over, and I like reheated it and made a whole bagel sandwich. My point is, with you, when it comes
Don't point
sick,
your face at me.
if you're sick, you will still go out and do the things that you want to do.
It's called working and providing for a family.
Now, I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about every other little extracurricular thing that you think that you can handle.
What else did I do? For the last 7 weeks, I went golfing once and I went to a football game. That's it. Other than that,
You go to football game. You went to Vegas. You had a whole like Vegas trip. I'm not saying that you were out all night carousing because I know you don't do.
I wasn't. I was in
you're
Bally's coughing my brains out,
too boring
and
for
I'm worried about the person who has that room after me.
Oh, were you worried about us when you were coughing into the blanket that we have on the couch that we all snuggle with? When you were coughing into it?
Oh,
And
let's get into that.
and then when
Let's
I
get
said
into
to you-
that.
Then when I said to you, stop coughing into the blanket, you had the nerve to be annoyed at me and like look at your brother and be like, can you believe this? Like it's wild.
Because I'll tell you, once you knew,
but you knew
I was sick.
But so
you
what?
knew I was, time out. You knew I was sick.
Yes.
And then when you knew I had pneumonia, you were still going, can you help bring the kids' table up from the basement? Can you put the star in the tree? Can you do this? Every time I sat down, you made me get up like I was
Lies.
fucking, it's not lies.
Lies.
Oh my God. All right. All
But
right.
when
Okay.
And this whole thing was after I had forced you to go to urgent care and sat in urgent care and waited with you while you got everything.
You didn't
that
force
needed.
me. I had the time to do it and I did it.
that doesn't, but this is my point. You have to make the time for your health. I can't care more.
No, that is right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay. But I'm saying
And
can I finish a thought?
No, you can't. You have a history of not taking the time to take care of yourself. And then when it gets really, really bad, somehow I'm at fault because I'm not taking care of you enough.